Budget gaming headsets are almost always a letdown, but these two aren't, and I would genuinely spend my own money on both of them. So I have two headsets from Fifine. So I have the H13, if you can see that. I have it in white and purple, as you can see just here. So this has more features. And then I have the H9. This is in matte black. So, oh, there we go. That's in matte black, works everywhere. And they sent them to me for free. But you're getting my honest take anyway. So by the end of this video, you'll know if these are worth your money and which one is right for you specifically if they are. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with something quite simple that I think gets massively overlooked. Setup. Both headsets plug in via USB. So as we can see with this one, they just work. No drivers, no software, no 20 minutes wondering why your PC isn't recognizing them. Done. Gaming. I used both primarily on the PC and had zero faff with either. The H9, so this one, it does come with, well, you're actually able to play it across multiple platforms. So PC, PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, it's dual USB. So it also has, as you can see, a 3.5mm jack, which means it does just work everywhere. And I think that matters a lot more than people give it credit for. Next up, we have sound. Both headsets have 7.1 virtual surround sound, toggleable via the inline box just here. Can you see that? Yeah. And I know that this particularly gets eye rolls from audio purists. And to be honest, that is fair enough. But in practice for me, an average user and not an audiophile, it did genuinely make a difference, especially in FPS games where sound direction can save your life. I actually noticed it when I was playing 007 First Light recently. Now, the H13, so my white headset, this takes it a little bit further. I'm not sure if you can see that on here, but it has multiple EQ presets. So you have gaming, music, and movie mode. And you can stack those with surround sound on. So we can turn it on and we can flip through the various profiles. And I did find that flexibility quite good depending on what I was doing. Now, the H9 itself keeps it quite simple. So you have one optimized sound profile here. So in all honesty, neither of these is going to blow audiophiles away. And if you read the reviews, that does get mentioned quite a bit. But at this price point for gaming and voice chat, they absolutely do the job. The H13 edges it very slightly on audio if that's your priority. Comfort. Now, this is big for me because I wear headsets for hours. Both are genuinely lightweight, like surprisingly so. There were multiple sessions, longer than I would probably like to admit, where I actually completely forgot I was wearing them. That's the best thing you can say about a headset's comfort. When you stop noticing it, it's doing its job. So they have soft ear cushions. The headband itself doesn't dig. I didn't get any hot air feelings after long sessions. I was genuinely quite impressed with both, though the H13 that I'm wearing now edges it for me personally slightly on comfort. And it is also worth flagging that I have fairly small ears. So if you're on the larger side, as you can see here from the ear cup, your mileage may vary a little on fit. Both headsets have a detachable mic, as you can see here, and I genuinely like this. When I need it, it's on. When I don't, I just pop it off. Cleaner, less in your face, and the headsets actually genuinely look better without it. But obviously, if you want it, you can just pop it back on. The mic quality is solid on both. So there was a clear pickup, decent enough noise cancellation, but the H9 mic specifically surprised me, actually. So this was on the black headset. I was using this one for work calls. I know, bear with me, it's a gaming headset. I had a full power fan running next to me as we're currently experiencing a heat wave. Nobody on the call could hear it. Not one person mentioned it. And that was a big bonus for me. But there is a quick side note. This whole video was recorded with a Fifine AM8 mic. This one right here. And as I just mentioned, we're having a heat wave. So I have the aircon on, absolutely blasting in the background right now. Wouldn't be able to make this video without it. You can't hear it at all. Or if you can, it's very slight. So when Fifine came back to me and asked me to look at their headsets, I had already done or had some respect for what they make. But this didn't mean I'm going to gloss over anything. It just meant that I went in with an open mind, and we're going to cover what I didn't like or what I found that was a bit negative in a moment. But before we get into all of that, cables. Now, before filming, I kept seeing reviews flagging wire tangling as an issue on both headsets. Honestly, I didn't experience it with either. The cables, as you can see, are braided, which does help, and the length is genuinely quite generous. It goes on for miles. I can move around this room, most of this room, without yanking the headset off my head. But if you have had an issue, if you own these, drop it in the comments, because I am actually quite curious to know whether it's something that develops over time, but it wasn't an issue for me. The H13 has RGB, 11 lighting modes, so it looks good. You can cycle through them, or you can turn it off entirely if that's not your thing. I must admit I kept it off. I don't need my headset to glow while I'm gaming, but even without it, this headset does look fairly premium. The white and purple colorway is genuinely clean for the price, but there is one very, very small heads up. The RGB button itself is quite near to the ear cup, as you can see there. So it's really easy to accidentally turn it off and on, or change the color cycle by accident when you're putting it on or taking off. You'll probably cycle through a few colors by mistake before you get used to it. Fairly minor thing, but it is just something to be aware of. So I promised you honesty, and here it is. So the H9, I use this for work calls as well as gaming, and I found it a bit impractical when constantly taking it off and on again, especially between meetings with this longer cable. Although it is good, I did nearly trip on it, and the dog almost took it for a ride. But does this matter? Because I think that's mainly on me. It's a gaming headset and not a desk peripheral. If you're purely gaming, this won't affect you as much. Also worth knowing that the mute button itself doesn't natively sync with Microsoft Teams. So if you hit mute on this, on the Teams headset itself, Teams doesn't always register it. If you're using it for work calls, then you will probably just have to mute within Teams itself rather than the headset. Discord, though, is a completely different story. Both headsets work absolutely seamlessly with it. No setup, no faffing. Basically, it just worked. And all of my teammates or squad mates could hear me just fine. So for casual gaming and voice chat, that is really all you need. And both did deliver that without many issues, or any at all, really. It is also worth noting that the H13, the ear cups themselves don't swivel flat, so you can't rest it around your neck between sessions. I guess a workaround for this, if that became a major issue, is just to grab a headset stand. A couple of more things that are worth knowing. So on the H9, the black one, the mic quality does take a little bit of a hit when you switch to the 3.5mm connection. The USB dongle itself is doing a lot of the heavy lifting there. So if you're plugging into, say, a console controller via the analog cable itself, you will just need to manage your expectations on mic performance. Stick to the USB wherever you can. Also, it is worth noting that the inline controller box, whilst it is functional, it does feel a little plasticky and the buttons are a little clicky and the mute switch itself can be a little stiff. It works fine, it just doesn't feel particularly premium. And with the H9, there's no indicator light on the mute button. So you will occasionally forget whether you've muted yourself or not, which I did a few more times than I would like to admit. But this headset, no issues with that. There is actually a indicator light on the mic itself. Both have their quirks, and I've been quite straight with you about those, but both are genuinely impressive for the price point. And I'm going to say something that I don't say about every product I review. I would actually spend my own money on either of these. But to be clear, yeah, I'm not an audiophile. I'm just someone who games, makes videos, and knows when something does what it's supposed to do. Both of these headsets do that without any issues. So I guess the question is, which one? Get the H13 if you're mainly on PC or PS5, you want RGB, and you want a little bit more control over your audio with EQ presets and surround sound stacking. More features, it does genuinely look quite nice, and it does deliver for its price point. Get the H9 if you game across multiple platforms. So I'm talking PC, PlayStation, Xbox, or even the Switch. You've got dual USB and 3.5mm, which means it just works everywhere. You don't need to grab yourself any adapters, and there are no compromises. You do lose the RGB and admittedly some audio customization, but you gain flexibility. Just stick to the USB wherever you can so that you get the best mic quality. The links for these are in the description, and both of these sit comfortably, which will be pleasant for your ears, under £60, and they are actually regularly discounted on top of that. If you own either of these, especially if you've had the wire tangling issue, drop it in the comments. I want to know if I just got lucky or whether that's actually been sorted. And also, if you're in the market for a gaming headset, but not sure which way to go, I'm not an audiophile, but tell me in the comments, what do you mainly game on and what your budget is? I will be happy to help where I can. And of course, if this video helped, you know what to do. Take care, and I will see you on the next build.